I never imagined that rejecting one guy in college would nearly destroy my 9-year marriage. But here's the crazy part. I didn't lose my marriage because I cheated. I lost it because someone spent years creating the perfect lie. By the time I discovered the truth, I was already standing at another man's wedding altar. So if you're wondering how one rejection turned into the biggest betrayal of my life, stay with me until the end. Because what really happened still doesn't feel real. My name is Emily. Back in college, I had a friend named Ryan. He made it obvious that he wanted more than friendship, but I never felt the same way. I told him, as gently as I could, that I only saw him as a friend. A few years later, I married Daniel, a successful businessman in Chicago. We built a happy life together. What I didn't know was that Ryan had become the CEO of Daniel's biggest rival company. He never forgot my rejection, and he blamed Daniel for everything. Ryan started visiting our house, pretending to be an old friend. Behind my back, he hired a photographer and even paid one of his assistants to secretly take pictures whenever he stood close to me. If he helped me out of my car, there was a picture. If we laughed at an old college memory, there was another picture. Then, one afternoon, I twisted my ankle while carrying boxes upstairs. Ryan grabbed me before I fell. At that exact moment, he saw Daniel's car pulling into the driveway. He deliberately pulled me onto the bed to make it look like we were in a compromising position. Hidden cameras captured everything from the perfect angle. Days later, Daniel started receiving anonymous messages. They showed edited photos of Ryan hugging me, standing too close to me, and screenshots of messages saying, "I love you." What Daniel couldn't see was the last line Ryan always deleted before taking the screenshot. As a friend, our marriage slowly fell apart. Every conversation became an argument. No matter how much I explained, the evidence looked real. After months of fighting, I finally gave up and filed for divorce. Ryan acted like my hero. He comforted me, told me Daniel never deserved me, and convinced me he had always loved me. Broken and emotionally exhausted, I believed him. About a year later, Ryan proposed, and I said yes. On our wedding day, just minutes before the ceremony, the church doors opened. Daniel walked in. Everyone froze. He wasn't there to stop the wedding out of jealousy. He carried a folder, a laptop, and one simple sentence. "I didn't come to get my wife back. I came to expose the man who destroyed our marriage." Daniel had hired a private investigator months earlier. They uncovered payments Ryan made to the photographer, fake text messages, edited photos, and security footage, showing Ryan intentionally staging every single moment. The final video showed Ryan pulling me onto the bed only after seeing Daniel's car outside. The entire room fell silent. Ryan's face turned pale. I looked at him, then across the room at Daniel, and realized I had thrown away 9 years of marriage because one obsessed man couldn't accept rejection. Without saying a word, I walked up to Ryan. Slap! The entire church heard it. The wedding was canceled immediately. Ryan was arrested for fraud, stalking, and evidence tampering. Months later, Daniel and I slowly rebuilt the trust that had been stolen from us. It wasn't easy, but this time our marriage was built on truth instead of lies. Sometimes, the biggest enemy isn't the person standing in front of you. It's the one pretending to stand beside you.